So if you guys are not getting full speed out of your internet, and the issue I was having is we've got Comcast Spectrum and we don't have fiber here. So this is still the cable style modem router combo. Now, I've never used this system alone. And one of the reasons is because usually they're not that good. But I bought this Google Pro mesh system, and I had the first Google mesh system, and so I thought, well, the new Pro system will be even better, and I've had that for about 2 years now. So whenever we got the internet, our upload speeds are supposed to be like 1200, and the download here is garbage. It's like, or actually our download is 1200 and our upload is supposed to be like 40 or 50, which is not that high. And your upload is for like when you upload videos or something like that. But the problem is we got this system and we wasn't getting what we were supposed to. So I contacted, Comcast, and, the thing with all these companies is they're just giving it to you at the wire. So when it comes in from the outside, if you're supposed to get, 1,000 upload and 100, download or whatever you're supposed to get, they're only going to tell you that at the wire. So if you use their system and their modem router combo, what I would highly recommend is for you to check the speeds of that. Now, when I got this, I kept checking it, and I was like, I'm only getting like 500 to 600. Very seldom would I get 700 on the download, and I would get like 20 to 30, sometimes more on the upload. Well, I tried this, Google Pro system because I had the original one, and it was 5. This one has Wi-Fi 6 on it. So I got it, and I was like, I'm going to put this on there, and I speed checked it. Well, it wasn't any better, and sometimes was worse, the Google system was, than the actual modem router combo set. So I thought, well, I'll get the puck system for this. So I got the puck system for it to spread it out and make it better at the time, but I didn't have anything to go with it. So I went through all that, and I kept getting like horrible speeds, and I couldn't get what was going from here, from the cable, through the modem router combo to anything that I had. And like I said, they checked it at the wire, and I was getting, right above what I was supposed to have. So fast forward to a year and something later, I bought this TP-Link Wi-Fi 7 modem router combo. Or this router, and I bridged my modem router here. So basically it shuts off the router in this, and it just acts as a modem, and it pulls the Wi-Fi through and sends it to my router. So the reason that I've done that is to give all the speed possible to this TP-Link Wi-Fi 7 router. And this has been a big game changer because now I'm actually getting the speeds that I was supposed to get. And I'm going to show you guys that in the video. I will show you a speed test on it as I go through this. But like I said, the reason I run the mesh systems was because our house is about 3,000 some square feet. So as soon as you get anything that is, from, one end of the house to the other, or you're downstairs or something like that, then your router, it's not that strong. So I got this here, which has 4 antennas. This was like $80. So the crazy thing is, and this is what I'm going to show you, this Wi-Fi 7 router was even better. Now, it didn't have as big a range. It wasn't as big a range as this mesh system, but it wasn't that far off. Like, I was super impressed with this. And the speeds that I was getting without a mesh system was better than the mesh system that I had through Google. So I like this so much. The reason I want to tell you all that was because I bought this, loved it so much that I went and bought the new DECO Wi-Fi 7 router system. And I'm going to hook it up and see how much better the actual distance is. Because currently, like my house, so the main hookup is right there on that wall, which is not dead center. This would be like dead center of my house or on over here. But the thing is, like, I didn't have it in my office because it was too far to one side. So on that router combo, just that router, I'm still getting like 300 to 400 speed all the way in the room. Now, keep in mind, before I had that Google Puck Pro Wi-Fi 6 mesh system, and in the room, I might get 250 to 300 at best, and it wasn't consistent. I'm getting the same thing with this with just the router. So I'm really curious to see what all is in this DECO system, how much range it's going to give me, because they claim up to 7,400 feet. Now, these are some really big, routers, and 2 are satellites, but these are Wi-Fi 7, which gives you way, way more speed. So if you're running, a lot of things on your Wi-Fi system, Wi-Fi 7 not only gives you way faster speeds, but you can run more devices consistently and not get your system dragged down. And in my case, I really need that because I'm always doing YouTube uploads. And like I said, my upload speed is garbage here. It's like 50. So we're going to hook this up and see. Now, when you buy this system, I'll put a link in the bio and it probably will pop up here. Boy, what's your problem? What's your problem, boy? You tore up. Huh? You're so handsome. So the problem, or like I was saying, when you buy this, you're going to get the hookups to hook all these up. Now, I may run an Ethernet cable later on to the individual systems, because futuristically, I'm going to shoot this out to my shop, and I'll show you guys what I've got to do that. So this company... Now, I bought the mesh system myself, but this company sent me this, so I finally found it. So this company sent me this pitch and catch, and this will be in a futuristic video, but basically they sent me this, and this will pitch my Wi-Fi. Now, you still have to have another router. So basically this will act like a modem, and you'll plug an Ethernet port to it, and then shoot it down to wherever you're going. And I'm going to shoot it from the side of my house to my shop, which is about, 400 feet or so away. Excuse me. Something's made me sneeze. But anyway, you can see that here. And these are like I said, pitch and catch system. But anyway, I want to get this hooked up so we can see how fast it is. So I'm going to get this hooked up and get it all set up, and we'll check it out. So I've got this hooked up now. And like I said, I put the original one here, which isn't exactly center of my house, but there's 3 of these. So this is a 3-puck mesh system, and I bridged my modem, and I've got this one here, the other one in my office, which is over this way, because prior, a lot of stuff in our garage, you can see right here, so I can Ethernet, anything I need to in there right off the back of it. But I do not have it, it's every bit wireless. So all this is wireless. Now before, even with that mesh system that I had prior, the Google one, the Pro, and a couple other things, you couldn't get over 600 and some. And one of the things that I noticed is like when I would go in my garage, so if I go out here to my garage, as you can see in here, when I would go out here, this Wi-Fi, this August lock, a lot of times the bridge or this would lose signal, and I couldn't get it to work half the time because it lose signal. So I've kept this on for 2 days testing all this. Now, there was a couple of things that I had trouble with. And one of the things was actually getting the Wi-Fi puck system to boot up and let me log in and make a thing. Now, if you've had a TP-Link system, there's a totally new system for this DECO, and it's a DECO app, which I'll show you some of the things on it. But I could not get these to link to my modem. I kept having to reset both. I had to do that, and it probably took me 45 minutes to an hour to finally get this thing to link up. Once it did, everything connected to it flawlessly. Like, I didn't have any trouble. Now, another lock that we've got that we tried out, and I'm not too pleased with it. It loses signal quite a bit, but it's this lock here, and it's the Ultra Lock. Now, that one loses signal sometimes, which is annoying before, but it doesn't seem, since I've put it on this one, that it's losing signal at all. It did on the other TP-Link, so this one here, I could not get it to connect to this no matter how hard I tried. For some reason, it would not connect to this TP-Link router that's a Wi-Fi 7 router. I don't know if it was something with, I had the dual band, all the stuff connected to where it could pick 2.5, because most of these just run on 2.5. They don't run on 6 or anything, which 2.5 is the longest. But once I got this up and going, I didn't have any trouble getting anything connected to it. And you can actually pick the band that you want to send to the actual, you know, whatever you're sending it to, which I really, really like. But like I said, that DECO system is working really good. I'm going to show you some speeds, like out in my, so the speed I'm going to show you is one that, so over there's the router. I've got another one in the office, so you come through here. I'm going to show you the speed of it all the way out to the end of my concrete, which is over, 80 foot, 90 foot. It's, way over 100 foot out there to where I'm going. So that'll give you an idea of how far it'll shoot out there. So as you can see, I'm fully out past my wing walls. So basically at the front of my shop, but this far away from my house. Now that is a long distance away from where the actual mesh system is. So we're going to test the performance on it all the way out here and see what we're getting. Look at that. I've tested it 2 or 3 times and get a little bit different every time, but sometimes it's all the way up to 300 and something download. And look at that upload. Like, it's pushing the performance hard. Look at that. Almost 400 right there. And like I said, I'm a long ways from where my puck system is. So you can see in the app that there is 11 devices connected. So when you go to the devices, you can see each one, what it's pulling and the stuff. And then you can go into the individual one. You can prioritize it. When you go, like if you went to a certain device and you prioritized it, for some reason the system slowed it down. I've tried several different things on this, like individual. So when you go into, Wi-Fi settings, well, you've got different things in there. You can change the password, so on. But then you've got more. And when you go to that, you've got all of these things that you can do and try out and stuff like that. And there's several, things in the advanced stuff that you can make it potentially speed up devices and things of that nature. And then like this, you can pick a certain device and give it full speed all the time, like prioritize it. But I tried that and it slowed the whole system down. So I don't know if that's a quirk in their system or what, but it just really slowed the system down and wasn't something that I was pleased with. So I've just left it on the normal settings, and the only thing that I changed was I went to the advanced and turned on fast roaming and beam forming. And basically beam forming will form a beam directly to the device. But I want to show you guys some speed tests. Now we've got 10 devices on there right now. And so let's see what we're getting on this. So it's not going as fast now as it was. I've seen it range up to 1,000, like 1,300 on the download, but my upload stays pretty consistent no matter where I'm at in the house. And so it just really depends on what you're looking to do. But so far, this has been an extremely fast system. Like I said, I'm not sure why it's only going to 500 and some now. And let's see what the download is. So I can go to history, and you can see I've tried several different things. Like a little bit ago, I got 1,132, and then 1,374. Some of these are LTE, me trying it in different places to see what it is, and then trying the other mesh system against it. But it was consistently getting over 1,000 and some. So let's move. That's one of the mesh systems. Let's move over here and test it and see what it's getting. So this right there is one that I moved in the basement. And like I said, we've got an automated door down here. But let's see, test again. Now see, that's crazy. Down here, I'm getting from the furthest away. I wonder if it's because there's not near as many devices on this one. The other one are running a bunch of smart things like the TVs and laptops and things like that. But you can see there, like I said, it's got a ton of different ones. But I absolutely love, and on the back of these, you've got 4 Ethernet ports. So potentially you could make this system flawless. You could run, Cat 6 wire from each one, which I'll probably end up doing. But for these to be wireless, they are, just such an improvement over the other systems I've been trying, and they're really, really good range. I think this is like $420. I'll leave a link in the bio, but I'm really impressed with the system. So it really depends on when you test it, because I'm in the same location that I was, and I haven't really messed with the settings. But you can see now I'm getting over 1,000. And I was standing right there, and then the other time I was standing right there where they're at.